and welcome back to another episode of
Barbershop Talk Like This.
I am your host, Trey the Barber.
And it's your other host, Dicethebarber.
And today in the building with us, we got funny man, comedian, actor, my man, Cory fucking Fernandez. What's up, dog?
Man, y'all just made it roll off the tongue so good. I appreciate that.
Hey, listen, man, this is how we do it, yo. We talk like how we talk in the barbershop. And we just trying to let everybody know who the fuck you is. You know what I'm saying? And Trey, this is on you.
That's what, that's what we all about. So just to let you know, a couple things before we kick off our show. Usually, first of all, we thank God for waking us up this morning, allowing us to be here, allowing everybody just to be blessed. Mentally, spiritually, physically, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Amen.
Amen.
Second of all, we kick our show off with a shot. Now, I don't know anybody else's podcast you've been on, and they shots or not, but this is what we do. So, Dice has Tito's, I got Hennessy. What is your drink of choice?
Oh, let's do the Henny.
There we go.
Henny.
All right.
I mean, why y'all think I'm here? Y'all think I came to fuck with y'all?
He said, I came to get drunk on St. Patty's Day.
Exactly.
This is St. Patty's Day. I keep forgetting that. I guess because I'm not Irish. You know?
Happy St. Patty's Day, but I pay attention to the days when all the drinking days. You know what I mean, like Cinco de Mayo, St. Patty's Day. You know what I mean, and shit like that.
Nigga, you drink every day, nigga. That's 365, nigga.
But I really pay attention to those days.
He drink on St. Patty's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday,
Thursday,
any day, nigga.
You getting fucked up one day. You be like, what day is it? White Supremacist Day.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit, man. See, we gonna get into that shit. But shit. I mean, but you drink too. Shit, you Puerto Rican, so motherfucker, I know.
Let's do this.
Oh, listen.
Let's do this.
In case you didn't know, Dice is part Puerto Rican, and he reminds us all the time. Nigga knows no Spanish. Only Spanish he knows is the fucking songs and shit. And he don't even know what the fuck they singing and rapping about, nigga.
No, I feel him. I'm the same way. Shout out to the Latinos that don't speak in their Spanish.
Hey, listen, I didn't meet, like, I knew my grandfather until I was 5, and then I didn't meet my Puerto Rican side of my family until I was 16. So I missed a big gap, you know what I mean, of me actually learning Spanish. But I still go to Puerto Rico all the time.
Non-Spanish speaking ass motherfucker.
I still go to Puerto Rico all the time. Now, I mean, I got family.
Spanish speaking Latino.
I got family. I'm nigga Rican, nigga. You know what I mean? So I got family in Humacao. I got family in motherfucking Ponce. You know what I mean? So, you know.
You ain't walking up to that nigga, damn, boy, you took that whole motherfucker like
he took
that.
A shot.
He like, I still go to Puerto Rico all the time. He don't even visit his family. He at the resort with some hookers.
Yo, it's crazy because I've never been to San Juan. You know what I mean? I always go to where they live at.
They're like, he was here a week. We haven't seen him at all.
We ain't seen him at all.
Corey, you ain't walking up on that nigga at all like, my people.
So you from New York, right?
Yeah. I grew up in Brooklyn. Shout out BK.
All right, so in a conversation, you being Puerto Rican, if I was to end it off and I was like, all right, fam, luego, what does that mean to you?
That's goodbye.
Yeah, see you later, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now he's telling me that I should have said, hasta luego. I was like, I mean, Puerto Rican slang, if you be like luego, that means the same fucking shit. Am I right or am I wrong?
He's just telling you what he saw on Terminator 2.
Nah, listen.
He's talking about his Puerto Rican client called his family in Puerto Rico, and they talking about, you supposed to say hasta luego. I was like, nigga, no. Know what I mean? Like if you in the streets and you speak Puerto Rican slang, if you be like, all right, fam, luego, you know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean? They know that means, all right, I'm out. I'll see you later.
How
whatever.
long you been thinking about this?
No, we got a Puerto Rican guest.
Nigga, hold on. This shit was like almost a half a year ago.
So?
Why the fuck you bringing this shit up?
We got a Puerto Rican guest on here.
Talk about
because we got a Puerto Rican guest on here from the East Coast, you know what I mean, that knows exactly what I'm talking about. Your boy, he from out here, and I don't know what part of the fucking island his family's from.
That nigga was from Miami.
Hey, listen, I don't know what the fuck. I don't care.
Dice got mad as a motherfucker because that nigga was laughing at Dice for saying luego. That nigga was out like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Yeah.
So,
he asking the fakest Puerto Rican out here. Hey, now we got official right here. We can put this to rest.
Exactly.
Cory, what do you think? I honestly don't know either.
I honestly don't know either.
But you knew what I said though, right?
Goodbye. Yeah, it means goodbye. Yeah,
exactly.
it's like see you later.
Yeah, so you don't gotta say hasta though.
Hey man, listen, Dice. You this nigga's been holding a grudge for like 7 months. I had no idea we was gonna talk about this,
but we did.
Fuck it. Anyway,
we're gonna be walking around like La Vista.
So
you ain't gotta say the hasta. La Vista.
So I want to ask you, like, you say you grew up in Brooklyn, New York, right?
Yeah.
What made you get into comedy? Like, what was that factor that said, you know what, I think I'm going to be a comedian?
Well, I think there was two awakenings. Like the first one was, consciously when I made the decision. Like, I was in college.
All right.
And they had these local shows around my way where they would rent out like this movie theater once a month. It was like 300, 400 seats. It was across the street from the worst projects in Brooklyn, which was ironically called the Pink Houses. But it was in East New York, Brooklyn. It was hood. It was gutter, and it was right across the street from this movie theater. And so it was like 300-400 hood motherfuckers in there. Once a month, we all be in there, and they would bring in comedians. That's where I see all these guys that you've seen on like Comic View and all that. And I started going, and then I talked to the guy, and I was like, I want to do this. How do I get into this? It was comedian A.G. White. Y'all know A.G. White?
No.
He's a New York comic. And he was like, hey, put together your funniest 5 minutes and then come back and see me. I was like, all right, motherfucker, well, what you mean? I could only do this through you? Like, you the only way?
That's the connect. I am the connect.
Like you the guy. You
want to get to this stage? I am the connect.
Right. Like, all right, fam, Luego.
This nigga here. This nigga's...
We gonna be saying that the whole show. Watch.
Luego.
This is a callback.
And I'm going to Asta.
Hey, you're a comedian.
Every time you say Luego, I'm going to say Asta. Anyway, so I did it. I went back home. I wrote 5 minutes. I never got to see him again. But what happened was my uncle was driving limousines at the time, and he picked up Darnell Rawlings from Chappelle's show.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, my nephew just performed at his college on the talent show, and he want to do it." He was like, "Hey, I host this spot on Tuesdays. Tell him to come to my spot on Tuesday." So he hosted this like ghetto ass Jamaican restaurant in Brooklyn called Footprints. Shout out Footprints.
Shout out Footprints.
Home of the Rasta pasta.
He said a Rasta pasta. Is that a real dish over there?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And it was a hard ass room, like just straight Jamaicans either.
Like you gotta make these motherfuckers
either
laugh
booing you or just over talking the whole shit, just not even paying attention, just having a conversation while you up there. And so that was how I started with Darnell. He put me on the first show outside of like me doing the talent show at my college.
How'd it go?
It was good. Like, considering the type of crowd it was, now that I think back on it,
you got some chuckles.
I did all right. I got some laughs, yeah. And so when I say consciously, that was the first one. The second one was unconsciously, like, subconsciously. Like, that's like, me just being a class clown all my life.
Right.
It just started that way. It started me trying to be funny in class. I wasn't always funny, but I always tried, and so that's why they started calling me Corny Cory.
Corny Cory.
Corny Cory.
Oh, you got some corny ass jokes, nigga.
Corny ass.
Sometimes I hit him, sometimes I didn't. And that's how you got Corny Cory.
That shit so corny, that shit funny.
Hilarious.
And that's where it started. That was my first audience. I got in trouble for it, all that shit. All the shit the other comedians tell you, it's all true,
That's what's up. Yeah. I remember the first time I ever saw you was on Coming to the Stage. I auditioned for that same season, matter of fact. When I was out there, it was me, Lil Rel, Tiffany, what's the other kid's name from Chicago? I forget. Anyway, we was all out there. Needless to say, I didn't make it. I didn't know much about comedy at the time.
All those other motherfucking people that was on there, they're big now.
That's cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You was in the right crowd.
I was in the right crowd, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like I didn't know anything about comedy. I had done it for like a month at a couple little spots down in Orange County where I lived, you know what I'm saying? But and I was pretty cool. I was pretty cool at it, but I knew nothing about it. So, you know what I'm saying? Needless to say. Anyway, first time I saw you was on Coming to the Stage, and I remember you did this joke. One of the biggest things that stuck out to me, and that was like 15, 16 years ago. One of the biggest things that you did was you had a joke that you did. You said absolutely no words at all. And it was like you were holding the newspaper, like you was playing like an old man or some shit. Yeah. And bro, I really, myself, I thought that was fucking hilarious because you didn't say anything. It was all in just bringing people into the moment. And I just thought you was different from that moment. From that moment on, you've always stuck out to me. So anytime I seen you on things or seen you in person, even coming into the shop, you know what I'm saying? You always stuck out to me just from that one fucking joke.
Yeah, And the thought process of you doing that, you must have been like, yo, I got to do something different, but still be funny as shit. And that came to you. What was the thought process of all that?
I mean, it actually happened on the plane. It happened on the plane. The motherfucker shook. I got shook. And that's how I wrote it down on a napkin right there on the thing where you fold it down and wrote it on a napkin. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this on the show. Because at the time when I did the show, I was brand new. I didn't have that much material. So I was so desperate for material that I was just trying to, I was looking at everything and writing everything down. And that's how that one happened. And I used a prop, but it wasn't like a big prop. It was a newspaper.
Right.
I folded up in my back pocket, and it was
it was memorable.
It was an easy thing to do, so it worked. And that, I'm not gonna lie, man. That was one of the jokes that a lot of people come up to me and they be like, yo, I remember that time you did that. That was the ones that stand out from most of them. Like a lot of stuff I did on there, it was such a dope show because I don't know. You ever seen that Coming to the Stage?
Yeah.
It was such a dope show because you'd be a new.
Come on, nigga. Everybody
he had that look on that face, like you know, you say yeah, so motherfucker when they answer, yeah.
No. Because I want him to continue saying what he's saying.
I'm fucking.
Who the fuck, nigga? I watch comedy all day, nigga.
This is what we do. We argue on our show all the time. That's what it's about.
Motherfucker gonna try to tell me I don't. What the fuck, nigga?
Anyway, go ahead.
Hey, if y'all didn't argue on the show, I'd be like, this some bullshit. This ain't how y'all doing the barbershop.
Like, I've been to the shop, nigga. Y'all niggas is arguing. As soon as I walk in, motherfucker. Oh, yeah, that's Dice and Trey.
Right. So you've done a lot of things since Coming to the Stage. Oh, my bad. Listen, the bottle is here. You listen, you are a guest now. You know what I'm saying, nigga? The bottle is here. So you've done a lot of things since Coming to the Stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you did the movie with Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan. You know what I'm saying? What was the name of the movie?
Cop Out.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
How was it with, how for somebody who was new at that time, you know what I'm saying? And you came in, you working with a name like Bruce Willis. Somebody, I know you saw Bruce Willis movies growing up and you like, damn.
And somebody you probably looking up to, Tracy Morgan.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Like, how is that experience for you?
Going on set, what's the mental?
Nothing less than a dream come true. That's all I can say. The first time I thought I would be doing a movie, I thought it would be something like, like The Cookout or something.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be like in a comedy movie, like a hood movie, something like that. But to start off that way, it was a dream come true. It was bigger than I was ready for, like I tried to, learn as much as I could. I went to set even when I wasn't working, just to watch how everything is done and, working with them guys like Kevin Smith was the director. Shout out Kevin Smith from Clerks, Silent Bob. Y'all know him.
Right. Yeah.
And then my man Guillermo Diaz, he played my brother from Half Baked.
Yeah.
He's funny. So I got to meet all these people and just be on this production where like it wasn't no bullshit. Like you step on set and everybody's ready waiting for you. That's Warner Brothers, like. Step on, they got trailers down the street, like 20 trailers down the street.
And you got your own trailer, like.
Got my own trailer, like, sliding girls through. I was loving it.
You felt special. Like, nigga, I have made it, nigga. I'm all the way from Brooklyn, and I am a Hollywood actor.
Yeah, like, so like, at that point, do you sit back and be like, yo, this shit, like, do you start reflecting on everything that got you there and shit?
Yeah.
I mean, at that moment, are you like, God damn, nigga, I'm, from, Pink houses.
Yeah, you do reflect on it
He didn't
because
say he was from Pink Houses. He said he performed at a club across the street from Pink Houses. He don't listen.
yeah, no. You do think about what got you there. Like, that was my first movie, but little does everyone know that I was auditioning for a year or two before that and not booking nothing.
Yeah.
And feeling like I'm not good at it and feeling like, what am I doing wrong? And, that's what everyone goes through,
Right.
Just sometimes people book quicker than others, but, but the funny thing about it is that regardless of all the no's that I've gotten, I've gotten some yeses, and people still feel like it's an easy road for you.
Right.
And they don't really realize all the other stuff you could have done.
All they see is the success. They don't see the failures or the downfalls or the letdowns or whatever. They don't see none of that. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about the process.
Because I do know that you were involved in a pilot on HBO with Mike Tyson and them. Like, apparently it didn't become, one of their big shows or anything like that. So, like, those are the things that people, like, don't know about. But like myself, I want to know what happened to the podcast. I mean, what happened to that?
Was that
to that pilot?
Original Kings?
It was a pilot with Mike Tyson and Doug Ellen. They produced it. It was called The Brick.
Right.
And Doug Ellen created Entourage, and so they scrapped it. They scrapped it, and it went nowhere. I couldn't even get footage to show that I was working with these people.
Right.
And, it was one of those situations.
See, and that's the shit that y'all don't see.
Oh, it was called The Brick. The Brick.
Yeah.
Nigga, he just said.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Shut the
Nigga,
fuck
give
up.
me this bottle. Give me this goddamn bottle.
Nah, I'm reading.
This motherfucker starting to trip and shit.
reading shit, nigga.
You don't have to read when the nigga's sitting here telling you. I told you. Listen, see. This nigga has a habit of not reading the information that I sent.
No, I did.
I sent this nigga.
It's a lot, nigga. It's a lot. He did a lot.
It don't matter.
He did a
I
lot.
forward this nigga the email that I sent you. I said, Dice, in bold caps, please
I did.
read this.
Nigga, and I did.
So many times we have people on here and he's doing exactly what he's just doing. He's reading in and he says shit after they've already said it. This nigga just said that shit.
You wanna know what? Bruce is like probably like one of my that dude is funny as shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like how was it when when you was working with him and shit?
That was dope. That was the first time I was on television. That was my big break. Shout out Mitch Marchand. Y'all know Mitch Marchand?
Yeah, little Mitch baldhead Mitch. Look, Mitch.
I see him in the gym all the time.
Look, I love Mitch. Mitch has the cleanest bald head you have ever seen. Look, I touched that motherfucker one day. I was lining that nigga up. I touched that nigga head. I said, nigga, your head feel like leather. That nigga said, nigga, I got more products for my head than my wife has for hers. Nigga, she got a head full of hair. Nigga.
That nigga meant that shit when he said, you got the juice now, nigga.
You got the juice now. If y'all don't know, Mitch Marchand, shout out to my man Mitch Marchand. He's at the end of the movie Juice. At the end, he says, you got the juice now.
We thought he was talking about power and respect. He was talking about hair products.
Hair products.
Exactly.
No, scalp products. That nigga was talking about scalp products, nigga.
But Bruce,
So Mitch put me on a show. I auditioned for the show. He was going around the country auditioning people, and that was my first time on TV. And I got to meet Bruce. Bruce, he was the host. Kim Coles was the judge. And then they switched the other two judges. So every episode was different judges. Yeah. My first episode was Kevin Hart and Paul Mooney. And Kim. And
you know Paul Mooney, that nigga's uncut. That nigga don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. And so imagine that. Imagine a show like that where you're a new comic and you're performing in front of these people and they're sitting down critiquing you and they got to watch you and they got to say something afterwards. So it's like, what can I say about that? It was mind blowing. I wasn't ready for any of that stuff. I was brand new in the game. I just started. I was like a year in. I was 23. And I didn't know about any of the other stuff.
Right.
I was just trying to get funny and try to build my set because I knew that more stuff was going to be coming after.
How was their reaction to your set?
I was getting love, man. I actually became a finalist.
See, he didn't finish. He told you he knew about the show. He watched the show. See, if you had to watch the show, then you would have known he came in second.
Nigga, he was about to tell us that. It goes off the reaction, and then he was going to go into that.
But I already knew that.
Okay, but people don't. Nigga, like, can the show happen?
You didn't know that.
Nigga, I got the notes, bro.
So you knew that?
Yes, nigga.
You're lying.
Nigga, I got the notes. Why you think I brought it up?
So you're reading it right now on the show that he didn't.
No. I read it earlier, but I'm going back to the points that I know I want to get to. Anyway, the fuck?
I gotta give him shit.
I feel like by the end of this podcast, we all gonna be walking out of here with bruises and black eyes and bloody noses.
Everybody feels like that.
Everybody
with me and
think
Dice.
we gonna fight.
We will never come to blows. We just talk a lot of shit.
We like brothers.
Our skin
we
is
like
really
brothers,
thick.
nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like that shit ain't never gonna happen. Just like, I feel like it because I got a lot of my niggas back home that we gotta argue. You know what I mean? To show the love. Like, it's
Me
like,
too.
yo, like, if we don't argue, nigga, it's a problem. But the thing is, we know it ain't never gonna go that far. So, that shit ain't never gonna happen.
I'm just fucking with y'all.
So look, there's a lot of shit that's been going on that I want to talk about.
Ho. Are you on the last season of The Orange is the New Black?
No, I was actually on the first season.
The first season?
Yeah.
What was your role? Because I just finished watching that shit. Like, I'm all up to, I finished all 6. I'm waiting for the last one to come out. But what was you doing in the first season?
Well, that's how small it was. You don't even remember that shit.
Nigga, it was the first season out of 6. Like, you know what I mean? Episodes, it's like 13 episodes per season.
No, it ain't your fault. It was literally a small ass part. It was only a few lines. I was playing this a newsstand guy who was selling newspapers to Jason Biggs from American Pie.
Oh shit!
But there was a scene where he was like writing something in the newspaper.
That's where he saw the shit in the newspaper. Yeah, about what had happened. Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, that's you," and then he was like, "Yeah, that's me. I wrote it in the paper."
Yeah. He wrote about the shit that he wasn't supposed to talk about. No, I mean, that the girl told him. Yeah. I remember that part.
Yeah. So that it was just a small part. My mother was like, "Cory, so when are you going to be on Orange is the New Black again?" I was like, "I don't know, Ma. You know,
whenever they selling some papers,
that character was so critical to the storyline.
They gotta go back to the same newspaper stand and see the same nigga.
Here was my line. Hey, you on Facebook? My mother talking about, hey, when you gonna come back again on the show? I don't know. Whenever they decide I need to ask another stupid ass question while selling somebody some merchandise at a newsstand.
That's crazy because people back home, like, they see you do one little small thing and they be like, oh, nigga, they made it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, nigga, I got $500 for that day. Like, that was...
when I moved to LA, as soon as I moved to LA, everybody hit me up talking about, yo, so when you gonna blow up?
Like, nigga, I just got here.
Now, hold on, here's the thing. They ask you as if it's your choice. Like, nigga, if I was gonna blow up, I would blow up before I moved to this motherfucker. I'd already blew up.
That nigga be like, man, I talk to y'all niggas luego.
They make it seem like you gotta you getting a degree. When you gonna blow up?
Right. Third semester, nigga. I got one more semester left. Nigga, I got one more semester left. Then we blowing. Yeah, shit. Anyway, so look, I got a lot of shit I want to talk about.
What you want to talk about?
It's a lot of shit going on.
Okay.
Have y'all? Okay, I personally have not watched. I plan to watch the Neverland shit before the podcast. However, I didn't. Have y'all seen it? I've heard so much about it.
Neverland, what the fuck is that?
The Michael Jackson.
Nigga, I don't want to watch that shit. Nigga, like,
you one of them niggas that don't believe he did that shit?
No, I don't give a fuck. He's dead. Like, what's going to come out of this? Like, what's really gonna come out of this besides bringing another motherfucking black dude down about some other shit? Somebody want to come out when he's about fucking 30 years old?
You mean bringing another white dude down?
Whatever. Know what I mean? Bringing down somebody.
Listen, this is a white on white crime. Black has nothing to do with this at all. Understand that.
But the songs that everybody remember, he was black. You know what I'm saying? But.
No,
I mean, it's only bringing somebody else down. Like it's not like R. Kelly where you can still be tried for this shit. The nigga's fucking dead. Now, I mean, only thing you want to do is tarnish another black dude's motherfucking legacy, just like they did. You know what I mean? the whole Bill Cosby shit.
Stop
Know what I mean,
saying that.
listen, nigga, know what I mean, they just want to bring down somebody else, and there's nothing else they can do about it. Only thing they can do is talk about the shit. The man can't fucking defend himself. You know what I mean? He's in a fucking grave. Know what I mean? He's down to the bones. Like I don't want to see that shit. For what?
Okay, hey, it was just a question. Anyway, me personally, so do you believe Michael Jackson? And not necessarily these particular young men. I don't know. Do you believe Michael Jackson is a pedophile? Either one of you?
I don't know.
Well, you know, I did see Neverland. It was disturbing.
Anybody can say anything, but can't nobody defend themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not an easy issue because whenever anybody's dealing with something that's like supposed, you know, rape or any of those kind of things, like, you know, it is hard to talk about.
Right.
It's hard to admit that, you know, you took it in the ass. but you know, even when you go to jail, you don't want to talk about that shit after you got out. You know, like you don't tell nobody no shit like that. So it's hard to come out and say shit like that. But you know, there's so much backstory. You know, there's so much backstory. You know, then they talk about the FBI investigation.
But then it's a lot of shit.
For me personally,
it's a lot of shit that you'll never have the answers for neither because a person is dead.
Now, see, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you're making your decision based on this and that." Listen, no, I've never watched the Neverland shit, so I don't know their story.
Real quick, how old is most?
I don't know. They grown. I don't know.
Oh, okay, so how long ago was Michael Jackson? How long ago did he die? When did he die?
2009.
2009. So it's about 10 years ago, right? So if it was 10 years ago, these people was old enough to come out then before he died to say what the fuck happened to him, right?
Just let me say.
I mean, why they wait?
Nigga, because Michael Jackson. It's Michael fucking Jackson.
But he was Michael Jackson then.
Listen, and that's exactly the reason why, nigga, no matter what you do, Michael Jackson has enough money. And listen, I'm not saying that these guys are telling the truth. I don't know. My decision, again, what I was trying to get to, my decision was based off of, you remember the interview he did with Barbara Walters?
Refresh my memory.
Okay. Mm-hmm. She asked him directly, do you sleep with children? And that nigga said with his very own mouth, yes, I share my bed with children because it's the most loving thing you can do with somebody.
So the question you should have asked was, do you fuck children?
No. My question being, my point being at that point in time, I'm through with you because I was one of those people who defended Michael Jackson before that, said, "Oh, he's not a pedophile."
I think he might have a mental problem.
Okay,
as far as being infatuated with being a child because he never had a childhood. But I don't think that he actually.
I'ma ask
you know what
you
I mean? I mean, that's not saying that he slept with him.
I'ma ask you.
I mean, I'm not slept with him, but fucked him.
I'm gonna ask you this. If Mr. Jones down the street told you, hey, I didn't have a fucked up childhood. I had to work ever since I was 13 years old. I didn't have a childhood. I love children. And I want to share my bed with children. It's the most loving thing you can do. How are you going to look at Mr. Jones? Exactly. So because this nigga is Michael Jackson and because he can sing and dance and because of who he is, everybody's giving this motherfucker a pass. Mm-hmm. So my decision to say I ain't fucking with this nigga like that or to standing up for this nigga like that is based on Michael Jackson's very own words. Not the words of these children, not the courts, not the media. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I was one of those people who stood up for Michael Jackson. And when I saw that interview back then and he said that, I'm through.
Okay, but fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is now. You know what I mean? Like and people trying to they trying to bring him down, and they trying to bring down somebody who can't talk for himself.
You can't bring down a nigga that's dead. You dead.
Exactly. I mean, he down. I mean,
here's the thing. It don't even matter no more. That's how I feel about it. It don't matter. Like the nigga's dead, honestly. So what effect is it really having on him? You know what I'm saying? Even if you say, you know what, I'm going to shut down his music forever. I'm never going to play another Michael Jackson.
It could fuck up his record sales and the people that's actually collecting from that money.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Which has nothing to do with him. I mean, it could be his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like
what kids?
I mean, you know, the kids that say that
What
they
kids?
his. The kids that they say that his.
Come on, Cory, help me out with this. This nigga had white kids. I don't give a fuck how much you bleach your skin, how much you change your features.
Your sperm is still black.
Your DNA,
still black.
Nigga, your DNA, that nigga knows stretch from cheek to cheek.
That's why I said the kids that they
all
say
them Jacksons, nigga, they know stretch from cheek to cheek.
That's why I said the kids that they say is his, but whatever. You know what I mean? They still his kids. You know what I mean? Like, it's taking money from them, it's taking money from their family. You know what I mean? You know, I just feel like, you know, people trying to like gain something off of nothing. You know, people just trolling. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just want to be heard because they haven't been heard. You know what I mean? It's a social media game now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I want to be somebody. I want to write a book. I mean, I want to write a book. I want to get paid off of this shit.
What you think about it?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some bullshit, fam.
I mean, you know, you always got to think about money incentive.
Be the devil's advocate.
You know, money incentive is a big thing, and it's always comes down to money. But you know, I do think it's weird to sleep in bed with children.
You got a problem.
And you know what? Like, you know what kind of made the whole Neverland thing make sense to me? It made me think about how I feel when I'm trying to chase a big booty chick. Some shit that I like. Mm-hmm. And I'm hanging around the family. Because I'm like, why is he hanging around these regular white people? And, you know, I'm hanging around the family. I'm trying to get the family to like me. And, like, it seemed like all them things was going on, like chasing something that that's turning you on in a way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, because it was weird to see that he was going so hard. But I, you know, I was like, because he's a different person. He ain't, you know, you trying to figure him out, but
you can't never figure him out. He had a tough childhood.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga. Listen, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna put this out there.
Go ahead,
so let's say, for instance, there's there's an example. What's the girl that's in jail for killing the nigga who raped her or whatever? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is a difference from right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck about your child. If they don't give a fuck about this girl being raped or abused by this particular person, and she's shot and killed,
she about to get out.
That's great. But guess how long she been in jail?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if they don't give a fuck about her situation, why the fuck should we give a fuck about Michael Jackson's childhood? Nigga, listen, as far as I'm concerned, you had a great childhood. You was famous, you was singing, you had more money than I had ever had growing up. You know what I'm saying? You have built an adult life off of that same childhood. So why should that be the reason that people don't hold him accountable for his actions or whatever the thing may be?
I mean, you right. You right. I this might be fucked up, but like, where do you think the term Neverland came from?
Look, I said that in the shop.
I think it's like, it never happened here.
Listen, I told that nigga, I said, they'll never believe you. Am I going to jail? Never. Will you ever get out of here? Never. Nigga, this is Neverland, nigga. They will never believe you.
Yeah, it's
fucking Michael Jackson, bitch.
Never happened here, land. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never land.
I mean, it is crazy. It's a testament to show, just like, you know, with Bill Cosby and everybody else, about how, you know, being a fan can affect how you feel about their personal lives.
Right.
You know, and you know, you can't mix the two, you know, like.
I think they tried to bring Bill Cosby down when they thought he was going to get too much power.
Man, and listen, it's not, regardless of any of that, it does not negate the fact that niggas do what they do. Regardless of the reason for the attack, it doesn't mean you didn't do what you did for me to attack you. You understand what I'm saying? So regardless of why I want to attack you, it don't negate the fact that you gave a reason for me to attack you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it don't matter that, you try to take over NBC. I don't like that. I want to take this shit back, whatever. But nigga, you still drop pills on bitches.
Yeah. Well, like I look at it like this. That was we didn't grow up in the 70s. We was born in the 70s, but we didn't grow up in the 70s, right? So everybody talk about the 70s, how everybody got fucked up and shit like that. Now we're living in our time, right?
And niggas is getting fucked up still.
Listen. So like nigga, their Spanish fly is like our Molly. So before you go out to the club or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody who's all together, like, yeah, we're gonna pop mollies. They're like, okay, we're gonna pop mollies, but before they pop them, they don't go in there with the intention of that they're gonna fuck somebody, right? So, but once you get that molly in your system, you start feeling a certain type of way. You feel real touchy-feely, you know what I mean? You might, you know what I mean? You talk a lot, you know what I mean? You catch feelings for people that you're around a little bit more, and it fucking enhances that. You know what I mean? And I think that even though what your intentions is going into that, you might not want to fuck nobody, but after you get that drug in you, intentionally taking it, you know what I mean? You might want to fuck this person.
But
Then you
what
wait,
if
you know
you
what I mean?
didn't intentionally
Listen. And then you wake up the next day and you like, damn, I fucked this nigga? You know what I mean? Or I fucked that bitch? You know what I mean? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think our Molly was their Spanish fly back in the day. They might not have wanted to fuck Bill, but they intentionally, I mean, they knowingly took that stuff because it's a party drug. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think that all these motherfucking women, that's why I think all these women, no, I'm still talking.
Because all of them didn't take that shit willingly. Nigga, if a nigga dropped...
A lot of them did, bro.
We both have daughters.
A lot of them did.
If we both have daughters.
Yeah.
If Lex was at a club with a celebrity, we ain't gonna say no names because I don't want to put that on nobody. So let's say she's at a club with a celebrity and she's in they section. She chilling. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, a nigga pour her a drink and hand her a drink, and he done dropped a Molly in it, and she don't know. And then she wake up tomorrow and she like, Dad.
That's something different. I mean, that's something. I mean, but Bill Cosby. I mean, like I don't believe that he did that to rape anybody. You know what I mean? I think everybody was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody was doing it collectively. You know what I mean? And it just ended up turning into a situation.
Yes.
And then now
you can feel free to chime in.
I mean, and then now
you cut this nigga out because that nigga will go forever, and it takes him forever to explain. And then.
I'm just saying, you know, how I feel about the Bill Cosby shit.
I think that, you know, you got to find like a concrete basis because a lot of it could be just emotions and again, like just being a fan and
or money
and all that money too. You know, so with me, the concrete thing for me is that I feel like, you know, the number of accusations.
Yeah,
like it's
absurd.
It's a high number. Like you know, that kind of does it for me. But you know, so that makes me just feel like it was probably some foul play involved with Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this: we're barbers. If 30 niggas say you pushed him back. You might not have pushed back all 30 niggas, but a couple of them niggas, you definitely pushed them niggas back. That's how you got to look at it. Like, nigga, it's just the number of motherfucking accusations. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Again, like I said, for me, Michael Jackson, I made my decision based off of what the fuck Michael Jackson said, not no media, not nothing else. Based off of him, because I believe I have to hold him to the same standards I will hold anybody else to. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you saying. I don't care what your talents are. I don't care what your childhood was like. Because if you tell me verbally with your own mouth, I will allow a child to sleep in my bed that's not a child of my own, I got a problem with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I got to hold him to the same standard I will hold anybody else to. And that's what's killing me is because people don't really understand that they are allowing him to pass based on who he is and what he's done, his talents. Yes, he's wowed you, he's awed you, but that does not take away from the fact that he has even possibly, you know what I'm saying? Because you have told me you have allowed a child to sleep in your bed, whether you did it or not, you have given me the possibility that it can possibly happen.
I think he might be mentally fucked up. You know what I mean? But I don't think he fucked them. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I think he did weird shit. You know what I mean? But I don't actually think that he fucked these kids.
Man, he fucked shit out of them little boys.
Nah, I mean, like, you know what I mean? I think he had, a rough childhood growing up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I think he was like mentally fucked up. But because like somebody mentally fucked up, like he bleached himself to be white. You know what I'm saying? So like he's mentally fucked up. I mean, so what makes you think that he's not mentally fucked up? I mean, like fucked up, but I don't think he'll fuck somebody.
Let me ask you a question.
Sleeping with somebody, yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
I mean, but I don't think.
So let me ask you a question.
Touching the kids, probably, but I don't think he fucked them.
What is a pedophile? Are they not mentally fucked up?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, but that don't mean that he fucked them. Mentally fucked up. It don't mean that he fucked them.
But is there not a more probable chance?
I think the parents should have never left these motherfucking kids around him if they thought he was fucked up like that.
I get all of that, but we still see you.
I don't think he fucked him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just me. I don't think he fucked him.
You think he fucked him?
Yeah.
Yeah. He fucked him, bro. Hey, he fucked him, bro.
I don't think
bro. He fucked him, dog.
Now,
Anyway,
maybe if I watch the shit or whatever, I would probably change. But you know, I don't even want to see that shit. You know what I mean?
You know what's interesting though? To see the testimonies against the R. Kelly testimonies.
yeah, I was just about to start talking about R. Kelly.
You know, like to see those things side by side. Like one is like, he ain't let me eat. Oh, he picked me up, choked me, threw me on the ground, all this stuff. And then the other one's like, man, he took me to Germany, Japan.
Yeah.
Had McDonald's.
Listen, that's the bitch he liked and the bitch he don't like. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bitch, listen,
One is his main and one is the side.
Exactly. She was the side. Bitch, you got choked out and all that shit. The main bitch. Hey.
I fuck you. I make love to you.
Right. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
R. Kelly is a sick motherfucker too. But, you know, here's the thing. This is what kills me, how people are saying now, I'm not listening to R. Kelly. I'm not listening to Michael Jackson. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to stop listening. Sorry.
They make good music.
Listen, not only did they make good music, but they made good music that are a part of my memory.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You
I mean,
understand what I'm
a couple of those songs, had my kids brought to this motherfucking earth, nigga.
Exactly.
Shit. I might have been brought to this earth from some Michael Jackson shit, nigga. Like,
It can be happening. Why do people in society always want to tie their personal feelings into, you know what I'm saying, what somebody did versus what they can do?
Everybody love I
You know
Believe
what I'm
I
saying?
Can Fly.
Like, listen.
Now you don't like I Believe I Can Fly?
Right. You being a pedophile does not wipe away all the fact when you play the song I Believe I Can Fly, the motivation it brings to people. You know what I'm saying?
You was loving it.
You hear that shit, nigga?
Yeah. It's kind of like
It's motivational.
It's kind of like being a celeb, and after you fuck up, you see the guy with the drill on top of your star on the boulevard, like,
you know, it just makes no sense to me. Like, I understand that. Yeah, he's a fucked up guy. But guess what? The nigga still came up with a very inspiring song. Now, you remember that nigga did I Can Fly, and that nigga said, that nigga did that shit for like 5 minutes, nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck how many little girls he fucked. That shit is inspirational, nigga. If you hear that shit at that moment, you like, nigga, I can do this shit.
I mean, let me tell y'all, man, the shit that I've been going through with this Michael Jackson, R. Kelly shit, and not listening to the music is nothing but pure comedy.
You gotta take that shit to the stage.
I've been listening to them on the low, trying to not let people hear me listen to them. I don't blast it no more.
That nigga in the bathroom,
I play it low.
That nigga in the gym with his AirPods in and shit, like, nigga.
Hey.
But it's true. It's you know. How ridiculous is that claim? You know, you know, not to listen. You know, not. It's the same thing as like I said with the star and tearing down, like bringing down like sculptures or like statues of people, and like it's like, does all that stuff really make a difference?
No, it don't.
You know, like
I mean. That's like them drilling out Trump's motherfucking thing on the thing. Yeah, but Trump's still gonna be motherfucking Trump. This motherfucking nigga Trump, you know what I mean, with the shit, I mean, the New Zealand thing. You know what I mean? It's over 51 people dead in New Zealand. You know what I mean? And Trump, and the dude is coming out saying, you know, we support, you know what I mean, this is an act of whatever, Trump, you know, white nationalism. You know what I mean? And Trump trying to say, yo, it's a small group, whatever. You know what I mean? Let's not worry about that shit. You know what I mean? But they out there.
Did y'all see the video?
Know what I mean? They out there shooting motherfuckers in New Zealand. They out there shooting motherfuckers in what's that oak? What was that oak tree?
Hold on.
I mean?
Did you watch the video from New Zealand?
I didn't watch the whole video. Nah,
bro, that shit, bro.
Nigga just was lighting everything up.
The nigga had a GoPro on like his head, right?
Wow.
So the shit.
So he's recording
nigga, this shit look like Call of Duty, nigga. So all you see is arms and the weapon, right? So the nigga drives from his house over to the spot, grabs the shit up, like nigga.
He's showing everything.
A regular motherfucker, you can tell, would be nervous in a situation like that. Even though I made this decision, I'm gonna do this, I'm still a little bit nervous. You know what I'm saying? Nope, not this guy. That nigga grabbed that shit. That nigga walked in that motherfucker like it was like he was really playing a video game.
It's like Fortnite.
First motherfucker he saw, and you just see niggas just falling. Bam. Like, nigga, this shit is like a real, like, nigga, I'm looking at this shit like, nigga, I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty, nigga. This nigga's just
POV.
Nigga, motherfuckers trying to run by. One nigga said, he's shooting this nigga over here. Nigga said, fuck it, I'm gonna try to run by. Nigga try to run by. And nigga sprayed. Like, and then after he's done, he's just walking around, nigga, just spraying the bodies.
Making sure they was dead.
So look, the nigga runs out of bullets.
This shit?
Yes, nigga. It was on Facebook Live.
Nigga, what?
Look, so the nigga runs out of bullets. He goes back to the car. Nigga getting more bullets. That nigga see niggas down the street. Brat, 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 brat. They ain't even got shit to do with the moss. I know that nigga, they just walk across the street. Nigga, like, what the, like, bro,
wow.
This shit is crazy, my nigga. Like, and I had to watch it because you always hear about these situations, right? And in your mind, you can only visualize it. So we always say, nigga, I would have did this. I would have did this. I would have done that. But I want to see with any of those tactics that I had in my mind, would they have worked in this scenario? And 9 times out of 10, most of them wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, but the dude that tried to run past, I would have rather myself, I would have tried to attack that nigga. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to die, I'm at least try to die trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the shit was just so crazy, bro. Like he had zero remorse. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't matter who it was. And I mean, obviously we sane people, so we can't understand the mind of somebody like this. But this shit is just it's sickening.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is that you know, our president is making it seem like it's not a big problem. You know, talking about, you know, white nationalism is not on uprise. You know what I mean? Like when this is, I mean, like they're not treating white people that do these acts as terrorists. You know what I mean? Only people that they want to list as terrorists is anybody else who's not white. You know what I mean? A Muslim dude, you know what I mean? He's a terrorist. You know what I mean? African dude, you know what I mean? He's a fucking terrorist. You know what I mean? Korean dude, he's a fucking terrorist. You know what I mean? What about the white people that's going around in all these different countries doing all this shit? You know what I mean? And they're not labeled as terrorists? Like, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Because they're out for the brown and the black people. You know what I'm saying? And they're not labeling anybody else as being a fucking terrorist if they're white. You know what I mean? They call it an act of not even an act of terror. You know what I mean? It's like some other shit they calling this shit. But you know what I mean? These motherfuckers is fucking terrorism. You know what I mean? Terrorists, and they need to be treated and punished as a fucking terrorist. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the dude, somebody else suits up like a whole motherfucking situation, and the cops don't fucking shoot him. But it was a motherfucking black dude or a motherfucking Muslim dude. You know what I mean? That motherfucker would have been shot to hell. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. You know what I mean? And I think everybody should be treated equally, and nobody should be treated any way
This is
different.
America.
Nigga, not even this is America. Now,
what? This is it don't matter, but I'm saying this is America.
We are the world. Back to Michael Jackson, nigga. We are the world. We are the children.
Okay, so if you are the world, then you ought to know that, nigga, they don't give a fuck about your black ass or anybody else that's non-Caucasian, period. So why would they make...
Well, I'm here to make a better day, nigga, so let's start again.
Well, you're not.
Michael Jackson.
You hear this shit, Cory?
I mean, you know,
it's gonna be a problem, man. It's gonna be some riots.
You know, guns are so deeply ingrained in our culture. You know, like it's one of those things where it's like, is it going to be a prohibition era thing where everybody's just getting thrown in jail unnecessarily, or like because it's already here. It's already here. Like, we can't get rid of it, but. I definitely think that semi-automatics and all that shit should be outlawed from the average citizen. Like,
I think a handgun. I think if we all had handguns, you know what I mean, to protect yourself and your house and stuff like that, that's cool. What the fuck do you need an assault rifle for to protect your house? You know what I mean? If somebody trying to break in, like, you don't need a motherfucking a chopper, nigga.
Look.
You know what I mean? What do you need that for? Unless you plan to take out a bunch of people. A handgun, yeah. You know what I mean? Protect yourself and shit like that. But assault rifles, you know what I mean? Maybe even a shotgun because you go hunting. You know what I mean? But assault rifles, you know what I mean? All these military type weapons,
bro,
we don't need that unless you're in the fucking military.
I was telling my client last night, I'm like, at this point, even if they were to outlaw guns like that, period, there's so many people who've already learned how to make these particular weapons without purchasing them directly from the,
I'd rather deal with that instead of people being able to purchase.
Don't matter. Guess what? Now the black market is up. Now motherfuckers is making money off of guns illegally.
But those people,
making money.
But those people can be cracked down on. Those people can be cracked down on eventually.
Really? And listen, as the client I was talking to,
it's not being as much sold. Black market is not being as much sold as commercially.
You know why?
Because sold.
There's no need for the black market because they are commercially sold. But guess what? If guns are outlawed, if those type of guns that you're talking about are outlawed, there are people out there, thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have been trained by our very own military. You understand what I'm saying? Who are no longer in the military.
I'd rather deal with thousands than millions.
The nigga I was talking to last night, I ain't gonna say his name, you know what I'm saying? But he was also in the military. So as we was having this discussion, he was like, bro, he said, I can break down anything from a 9mm all the way up to a whatever weapon. He said, I can tell you what's wrong with it. I can tell you, he can build these things. Our own government are training people, you know what I'm saying, who can build these weapons, who now know everything about this weapon. So even if you outlaw them, guess what? Black market is going up, nigga. So guess what? I can now sell you an AR-15 that I made in my garage for fucking $10K. You understand? $15, $20K. And guess what?
Okay.
You can't buy it nowhere else. So guess what? You gonna buy it from me.
Okay,
so no matter we've already put the technology out there. People already know. So even if you outlaw them, it's too late.
I'd rather deal with the black market of thousands rather than being commercial where it's millions. You know what I mean?
Nigga, I'm just talking about the thousands in our own country. We ain't going to begin to talk about the motherfuckers.
But still,
I
mean, the black market,
know how to make
the black market is smaller.
The
black market is smaller. The black market is smaller than the mass
right now.
Nah, I'm just saying, bro.
That black. I think something needs to be done, and I think there will be repercussions with the black market, just like prohibition was. I mean, can you really compare guns to alcohol? I don't know. I think it's two different things, but
like them niggas figured out how to make alcohol. When they banned out alcohol, a lot of motherfuckers got rich during that era. You understand what I'm saying? The Kennedys, a lot of motherfuckers sell that moonshine.
I think that if there was a movement to outlaw, assault rifles, I think there will be some black market backlash. But I think it's a movement in the right direction. I feel like immediately there will be backlash and there will be profit in the black market. But I think it also if you keep cracking down on, if you commit to it, like if it's not like some bullshit where it's like, okay, the Republicans is going to do this and the Democrats going to do that, and then it's a wishy-washy back and forth thing, then that's going to be ineffective. But if it's continually towards that, where it's like outlawing, then and just keep spending money on cracking down on regimes and shit like that, I think it's a movement in the right direction, because otherwise we just stand idly by. And what do we do? What do we really do?
Like I tell somebody, like I told my man the other day, I said, if you believe in the Bible, it's nothing you can do, because the Bible has already told you everything is gonna get worse until God has said, I'm tired of it. Enough is enough. Now, if you don't believe in the Bible, then what do you do? You know what I'm saying? But my personal belief and what I believe in is like we keep wanting this peaceful world, these things, but we are beyond that because Satan has moved in such a way that nobody really believes in God anymore. You know what I'm saying? That we are fighting against demons that are really just like it's like you fighting against a demon that you don't know exists that is actually existing, and he's taking over everything. You know what I'm saying? Because the biggest thing that the devil ever did was to trick people into believing that he doesn't exist. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? The Bible is already pre-written. It's already told you. If you go into Revelations, it'll tell you, nigga, these times are going to get worse and worse and worse and worse because man is getting smarter. And the smarter he becomes, the more he feels he doesn't need God. And the more he feels I am in charge of everything. And when you start to look at the things about how robots are taking over, you go to fucking restaurants now, you fucking placing the menu yourself. Regular people are gone. You understand what I'm saying? If you read the Bible and it talks about the beast, people think that the beast is a monster. No, the beast is a fucking computer, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So these times that we moving in, the technology that we moving into the era of the beast.
That's why I'm gonna teach all my kids to be barbers, and their kids to be barbers because can't no computer take over cutting your motherfucking head.
Facts.
I mean, you know,
Can't no computer not even use their mind and sit up there and tell jokes neither. So
I don't think it's an easy answer with that because it's like I think things are getting better and worse at the same damn time. Like,
Exactly.
like you know.
the weather's getting
Think
fucked
about
up.
how shit was in medieval times. I'm glad I wasn't born during that shit. What was Puerto Ricans doing during medieval times?
Nigga, I don't
But
know.
you know, but
Did you niggas have dragons?
and then think about the 60s.
Right.
Like I'm glad I wasn't born during that shit
Hell
either.
no.
You know, like
Yeah, what were Puerto Ricans doing around those times? Nigga, it's like, I mean, like
You ever
like,
thought about a
what's
Puerto
the
Rican?
Puerto Rican?
Listen,
What's the
they
Puerto
were-
Rican
they were
history?
in disguise, like,
I mean,
I'm
like,
white.
Like, what's the Puerto Rican history? Because it's like, while slavery and all of these white
No,
wars
nigga,
and
fuck
shit
that.
was
Hold on.
going
I want to go back
where
to
was
the
Puerto
medieval
Ricans
times.
at?
I want to go back to the medieval times. You ever thought about
Y'all
a
was
Puerto
making
Rican
rice and shit.
trying to train the dragon? You know that movie, How to Train the Dragon? That's some shit right there. A
Siéntese.
Puerto Rican trying to train the dragon.
Siéntese. Levántese.
Oh, shit.
Luego.
That's fucking hilarious, bro. You got to turn that into a bit. Puerto Rican
you gonna
train
see us tomorrow.
Puerto Rican history, nigga.
I'm gonna be on somebody's back in a dragon costume, like shooting a sketch, like.
Yo, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, you should do some Puerto Rican history, nigga. Like, and be like, yo, what was our history, nigga?
But at the same time, as time goes on, technology also advances, and we develop shit like nuclear weapons
Exactly.
and shit we ain't have in the past.
That's what I'm saying.
So it gets better and worse, but
Yeah, because I mean, it's better because you could build that shit, but it's worse because whoever gets the lick of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like Kim Jong-un, I mean, this nigga's over there making some shit to reach the West Coast. And that's the shit that you gotta watch out for. You know what I mean? But, niggas like Trump, they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I think it's funny because everybody that worked for Trump is getting locked the fuck up, except for this motherfucker.
He's
You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, everybody that worked for this nigga, everybody who he
shit
told
bigger than Nino
to do
Brown.
some shit, you know what I'm saying? This nigga, they all getting locked up except for him. I think they waiting until his presidency is over and then they gonna drop a bomb on this motherfucker and it's over.
This shit bigger than Nino Brown. that nigga, I'm taking everybody down.
Nigga.
man, I'm so tired of talking about Trump and what's going on with Trump and all this shit because the thing that I'm really frustrated about is the Electoral College.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We need to get rid of that shit.
Get rid
you
of
hear
that
me?
shit.
Because that's what's blocking true democracy.
Exactly.
Stop arguing about what Trump is doing. Stop and get out there and vote. No, bitch, I'm not voting. You know why? Because the election is for 500 and something people that's in part of the Electoral College, and they give us this bullshit ass illusion that we have the power to vote and that we're gonna change shit so that we think we have a choice. We don't have a choice. We have a choice when the Electoral College is gone and it's popular vote only. When it's popular vote only, then I'm going back out there and voting, motherfuckers.
Popular vote. Hey, I say that all the time. We do need to get rid of that electoral shit.
Get rid of that shit.
Like, what is the purpose of that shit?
Because we keep voting one way and we keep getting another way. What's the purpose of voting? Why is what are we doing? Like,
you show us that our popular vote won, but your electoral votes overshadowed it. Like, I don't get it.
And what it really is.
What the fuck is the point of voting then? You know what I'm saying?
I still vote because a lot of black people died. Me personally, a lot of black people died trying to vote. You know what I'm saying? So even if my vote counts or don't count, I do it in memory of them, for the people who fought for the struggle, for me to have the opportunity to walk up to that ballot and punch them buttons, you know what I'm saying, just without being knocked over my motherfucking head. So if I don't do nothing but take 30 minutes out of my day to do that just in memory of those people, you know what I mean, that's why I do it.
And you know what? I did it too. I did it in the locals, the local primaries, because we need more people in the local primaries. Those are important too. Don't forget about those too.
Yeah.
So anyway, we getting towards the end of our show. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we talked about a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We talked about some funny shit. We talked about some political shit. We talked about Michael Jackson being a fucking pedophile and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We covered a lot of fucking ground today. Shit, I had more shit that I even wanted to get to. But tell the people, like, what you got coming up, where they can find you, where they can follow you, how they can get in touch with you, whatever the case may be.
Cory fucking Fernandez on Instagram. No E in Cory, no G in fucking. I'm out here in LA, man. I'm running around in LA doing shows, going on auditions. I've been out here a few years now. You know, I relocated out here. It's cool. I'm fucking.
He coming to shoot some fucking videos with funny barbers too.
Exactly.
You just interrupt his shit.
You know.
You see, rude motherfucker.
It's okay.
Yeah, but you know, I like it out here. I like LA. LA has opened up a lot of opportunities for me, and I see how being here puts you in touch with a lot of opportunities. So a motherfucker's staying.
Yeah, I'm right. Look, I've been in this motherfucker 19 years.
I go back home for about like 3, maybe 4 days at the most, and then like I'm bored. I'm like, yo, it's like nothing happening.
My last 3
everybody got regular jobs, 9 to 5s. Like, nigga, what y'all doing during the day? Like, I go back to LA, nigga. It's like everybody is just like it's on go. Know what I mean?
Niggas just
all
move
day,
around in
every
LA.
day.
Like, listen,
I feel like nobody got jobs out
exactly.
this bitch,
I've been
but
out
they
here for
getting
19
paid.
years. I be looking at motherfuckers, nigga, like I have never seen them get up and go to a work job anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Especially working in a barbershop, like, nigga,
crib,
on a Tuesday, what
do you, and they be like 22. What the fuck do you do?
Yo,
I moved out
nigga.
here 22, I was struggling.
Nigga, listen, know what I mean? On a Tuesday at fucking 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you know what I mean? It's packed. And it's like, what the fuck do y'all niggas do? Like, y'all don't have no jobs out this bitch? Like, everybody just, like, know what I mean? But, you know, that's LA. You know, that's Hollywood. You
I love LA just for that reason alone. Because I look at motherfuckers.
Keep me busy. Shit.
I be like, what the fuck do you do?
Man, LA will crush your ego. Like,
Nigga,
when
what?
I first came
crush
out
you,
here,
know what I mean? Or, you know, or make you even better.
when I first came out here, I went to a party. It was like a high profile party. I was
You was in the hills?
No, it was in Hollywood, like a loft or some shit like that. And I was behind the red rope and shit, and the security guard was there, and I was, you know, I called up the dude. It was Spike. You know Spike from Mo Better Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was inside, and I was like, "Yo, Spike, I'm out here. Help me get in." So he was like, "Who this?" And the music's blasting. He could barely hear me. I was like, "It's Cory." He's like, "Cory? Oh, all right. I'm gonna let him know. Send him my way." So I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Go holler at him. He gonna talk to you real quick." So the bouncer leave. He go to talk to Spike. He come back. When he come back, he don't even look at me. He's looking around like, "Corey Holcomb, where you at?" Corey Holcomb, where you at? And I was like, "Oh, no, sir, excuse me, sir. He's talking about me. He's not talking about Cory Holcomb." He's like, "No, I know who Cory Holcomb is, and you ain't him. I know who Cory Holcomb is. You ain't him." I was like, "No, sir, he's talking about me. It's a mistake. Just tell him it's Cory Fernandez, not Cory Holcomb." So the bouncer goes back. He go back to Spike. He's like, hey, it's Cory Fernandez. So then the bouncer come back to me, and then all of a sudden he just tells me, yeah, Spike left.
Oh, shit. That's fucked up, yo.
LA, bro. That's how these
Cory, no, I mean, Spike was like, yo, tell my left, yo. But he in there popping bottles. Yeah, bitch, take this shit.
Man, I really do appreciate you coming through and fucking with you, man.
Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all too, man. It was a good time. Look, y'all keep that shit going with the liquor and the weed and the vaporizer, man. I love all that shit. It produces a conducive environment.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Helps you listen. It helps your mental mind state. You know what I'm saying?
It relaxes you, know what I mean? It makes you want to get back into the
Helps
barbershop
you
and start
deep.
talking about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. Know what I mean? No holds barred, man.
You ever get high? You ever get high and then come out on some motherfucking some real philosophy?
Come on, nigga.
I'm tongue tied right now.
Come on now.
Y'all know what the fuck I'm
No,
trying
we
to
don't. Say it.
He was killing this shit the whole night and then gonna fuck up at the end.
Philosophical. God damn it.
Philosophical.
Listen, too many shots of the Hennessy. You know what I'm saying?
Philosophical.
Anyway, hey, thanks for coming through, bro.
Thank you,
It's been
bro.
another episode of Barbershop Talk Like
This.
I'm your host, Trey the Barber.
And this your other host, Dicethebarber.
Cory fucking Fernandez.
In this bitch, and we out.
Peace.